Okay. I've finished writing code. Now,
But what's a Terran anyway? What's going on here? Is that a bot? What's going on? What's Terran? Talk to us.
it's Terran. Anyway, I've finished writing code. Okay. As I keep saying, I'm not interested in what everything else you have to say. Answer the damn question. Now, you keep saying all these things that are not true, so I'll stick to one. I've chosen one point. I said Australia was built by white people, only white people. Aborigines didn't build Australia. Asians didn't build Australia. Africans didn't build Australia. Muslims didn't build Australia. White people from Britain built Australia. Them alone. My ancestors were the slaves of those the people who built it and built it into one of the most advanced countries in the world. Number one in the education index. Number two in the human development index. One of the most advanced countries in the world. Now,
can we go point for point, or do I just have to listen to a big long dribble before I can say anything? Yeah, and every time I try and answer you back, you just fucking go over the top of me. So,
stop speaking over me. No, you're speaking over me.
Why should I not speak over you when you do exactly that to me when I try and answer you? See, how do you like it, Jeremy? Yeah, no, you have done that. So I think that if you want to have this conversation, you should make a few points and then stop speaking and then let me have a chance to return. They're just dragging on and going on and on. And then when I try and say something back, you just, nah, we're not going to play that game again, Jeremy. Right? So we'll take turns, all right? Like in real debating. You get to talk for a while and then I get to talk for a while. You know, let's do it like civilized people.
Can I speak now?
By all means, sir.
Okay, I'll say this again. Now, I'll stick to one point because there's been so many points you've just said all nonsense about. So I'll stick to this one point. I claim that white people from Britain built Australia, them and them alone. It was not built by Muslims, blacks, Asians, or Aborigines. It was built by white people from Britain. Now, you called me a liar. You said you made all these horrific claims about me, denials and everything. You claimed that Asians built Australia. You claimed that...
No, I did not. No, I didn't.
You asked me...
No, I'm refuting you. No, you need to stop now. You need to stop and let me refute you. You need to stop and let me refute you.
You claim...
I never said that Asians built Australia. I never said Australians. Shut up now, Jeremy.
Stop interrupting me.
Shut up now, Jeremy. Shut up now, Jeremy. And here we go again. Jeremy won't shut up. Jeremy.
Provide proof of your
Jeremy, shut up.
Then prove it.
I feel like blowing a whistle into the microphone.
Back it up.
You get that? I feel like blowing a whistle into the microphone.
I'm telling the truth that I'm right.
You know why I feel like blowing a whistle into the microphone? Because you're like an annoying stalker. You won't shut the fuck up.
I'm not interested in your lies, diversions, and excuses. Answer the damn question.
Oh, you're pathetic.
Answer the damn question.
Every time I try to, you'll interrupt.
I'm waiting.
I tried to. You kept on interrupting. You wouldn't shut up.
Answer.
Oh, hooray! I didn't say that Asians fucking made this country.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Do you acknowledge that white people and only white people build this country?
No, I don't.
Who built this country?
A lot of people built this country.
Prove it.
I don't have to. Common sense tells you that.
You're the one calling me a liar. You're the one calling me.
You're the one making. Hey, religious boy. Religious boy. You're the one making this extraordinary claim. You're the one making extraordinary claim that white people are the only ones that built the country. You prove it. Fucking idiot.
It has been historically accepted throughout all time.
Well, by Tony Abbott?
Up until very recently. Now, you're the one with the claim, the new claim. If you want to claim historical fact against historical fact, then provide evidence.
I don't have to provide evidence, mate. You're the one that's made the claim that white people built it.
Call me wrong, and you call me all these silly names.
I can show you. I can show you pictures of Afghans running camels through the place in the 1850s. I can show you pictures of Chinamen here in the 1850s. But you reckon that white people did it all?
Irrelevant. It has nothing to do with what I'm saying.
You're funny, aren't you?
Riding a camel through the desert is not contributing to civilization.
You've been completely proved wrong. And here you are, still fighting like a mad dog. Eh?
Answer the damn question.
Oh, I did. And you don't like it, do you?
You have not answered the question. Answer the damn question. Riding a camel through the desert is not contributing to civilization. Entering a gold rush and looting another person's country for their gold is not contributing to civilization. It is a parasite.
You're full of shit. Now, they're a parasite if they're not the right race, according to Jeremy. According to Jeremy, they're a parasite if they're not the right race, but they're a fucking wonderful pioneer if they're the correct race. You're pathetic, Jeremy. That's pathetic.
If non-white people have contributed to civilization in some significant and meaningful way, then prove it.
God. Are you white enough, Jeremy?
Question.
Are you white enough?
Answer the damn question.
Well, I'll tell you what. When the Nazis take over, mate, you want to hope you're white enough.
I'm not interested in your lies, excuses, diversions, and silly name calling. Answer the damn question.
I'll tell you something else too, Jeremy. You know, the first ones for the chop under the Nazis are always the fucking nutty people. You know that, don't you?
I'm not interested in your lies and diversions. Answer the damn question.
Well, you should be a bit concerned about the way you carry on, Jeremy.
I'm not interested in your lies and diversions. Answer the damn question.
I think I'm answering it very well at the moment.
You have not answered my question. Answer the damn question.
Hang on, just take my finger off. I've got to do something.
Shall I repeat the question?
Yeah, repeat it any way you want. The answer's going to be the same. Good on you, mate.
White people built Australia, only white people. It was not built by Asians, Arabs, Jews, blacks, or Aborigines. This is a well-acknowledged fact known throughout history up until very recent times. You claim that I'm a liar and that I'm wrong, and you call me all these silly names simply because I say that. If I'm wrong and if I'm a liar and
you are such a shit.
Provide an argument.
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Facebook yesterday, and here comes up this picture of this Aboriginal chain gang dated 1904 of all these Aboriginals in chains, in a chain gang. What do you think they were doing, mate? Out for a fucking stroll? You fucking idiot! They were put to work, mate. They were put to work. And you think it was only in 1904 they were put to work like that? You reckon that only whites built this country? You fucking shit.
Show me how they have actually contributed to civilization. Picking oranges is not contributing to civilization. Answer the damn question. Well,
I'll tell you what, mate. Things would have been different if I'd been here to advise the blackfellas. I would have said, fucking spear the fuckers, mate, every time you see them. They're from merry old England, and all they want to do is steal from you. That's what I would have been advising.
All people to be preserved. All people. Now stop the lies, stop the diversions, answer the damn
You're
question.
Full of shit. You're an absolute liar. Earlier on you said that only you said that only white culture mattered and only white culture contributed to anything in this country. And now you turn around fucking saying that Aboriginal culture is important to you. You're a fucking liar, mate.
Stop your lies, stop your diversions, answer the damn question. If I'm a liar, prove me wrong with an argument and evidence. Answer the damn question.
I just did. You earlier on, and you proudly said over and over that only whites contributed to the culture of this country. So, and now you turn around, you reckon that fucking Aboriginal diversity is important to you. You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit.
I never said that. Stop your lies, stop your diversions, stick to the point, and answer the damn question.
I never understand how racists think that they can fucking project a reasonable argument and make it acceptable to people. I'll never understand that, because every time they open their fucking mouths, everywhere they go, you know?
Indeed they do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
I'm not interested in your lies and diversions.
I'll tell you why. You know why that is, Jeremy. I think the reason why racists and fascists get slapped down so hard, it's because we remember the Second World War. It might not be in our recent memory, but there's enough movies being made of it, and everybody's seen the war movies. So the memories of the atrocities of the Second World War are still pretty fresh in our mind. And thanks to the fascists, I've got to say that, thanks to the fascists, they keep reminding people of what the Germans did during the Second World War. And they run around giving each other little Nazi salutes and shit like that. You know, they remind people of the fears of fascism. So it's a good thing in a way that they're doing it. You know, the thing gets me about this, right? And you got to understand, Jeremy, I've been on the internet a long time. The thing that gets me about this is, I know that only the nutbags are the loudest on the internet. You know, because it was always, it was always the funny thing to go on the internet and go into one of the rooms and listen to the fucking nutbags. Because it was
yes, I fully agree with you.
Because it was only the nutbags that made all the noise. All right. So when all the nutbags hit the net and they found each other, all the fascists, okay, and they all, rah-rahed each other up, and the groups got bigger and bigger, and they thought they were ready to take on the world, mate. And so they have. They've come out of their little hidey holes, and they've come out to take on the world. And they've even infected our governments, and the governments are having a good old time. And it almost looks like fascism might even have a good go at getting through this time, like actually win the race. But I've got a funny feeling that that's not what's going to happen. I've got a funny feeling that when fascism starts to really bite, that's when the revolution will happen. That's what I reckon.
We can talk about fascism later. I'm not interested in your lies and diversions. Answer the damn question. Stop jumping from point to point. Answer the damn question.
You know the answer, Jeremy. You just don't like it.
Yes, I know the answer. I know the answer. I just want you to admit it. I just want you to say it.
Jeremy,
you know the truth.
I am a student of history. I'm a student of history. Do you have any real...
I'm a teacher.
All right, good. Do you have an understanding of what the Rhodes Scholarship is?
I have an understanding of the things beyond your comprehension. Now, stop lying.
Do you understand that?
Answer the damn question.
Just yes or no. Do you know what a Rhodes Scholarship is and what it actually teaches?
I'm not interested in your diversions. Answer the damn question.
You obviously don't. Well, it teaches empire. Let me explain to you. It teaches empire. That's what it teaches. It teaches empire. It teaches England. It teaches empire. And so anybody that's been a Rhodes Scholar has been indoctrinated with empire. Okay? Now think about all of our politicians that have been Rhodes Scholars. It's Britain rules the waves, mate. That's what being a Rhodes Scholar is. Britain rules the waves.
Was it you said before you're going to program me?
No, I'm a deprogrammer. That's what I am.
Okay, now
I just ask you to use logic.
There's
Just
a time and a
use
place
logic.
for any topic you want to discuss. I'm game. However, stick to one point at a time. Establish one point at a time. Now,
just use logic,
you call me wrong.
mate.
You call me a liar. Answer the damn question. Prove it. Provide evidence and provide an argument. If I'm wrong, then I'm a liar.
Well, I'd like to believe you're just disillusioned and you've been misled. I'd like to believe that you honestly are seeking truth. That's what I'd like to believe. I don't really want to call you a liar.
But you did, and you either take it back or.
Well, I call you a liar because Australia was not built solely. Australia was not built solely on white power. It was not.
Then provide an argument and provide evidence.
I have. I can give you numerous examples. I have.
No, you haven't.
Oh, gosh.
Oranges is not contributing to civilization.
Oh, mate.
Afghan riding a camel through the desert is not contributing to civilization.
Can I tell you? Once upon a time, I had a gold miner's right, and I used to mine for gold up in the Echunga gold fields. Okay, and because of that, I started to read the history of the gold mines in the area, and I come to the realization of the men and people that were living in the area, and I come to read the histories. Go and read the histories. It's all full of these people. It wasn't just white people that came here to this country and made this country.
I'm not interested in any other point at the moment. We can discuss that and every other point you want to discuss. I've got all the time in the world. However, one point at a time, establish one point at a time.
Answer the damn question. For fuck's sake, mate.
Stop the diversion. Stop the lies.
For fuck's sake, mate. Here's another point. Wasn't Bob Katter's great-grandfather an Afghan? Fucking hell, mate.
My great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather may have been a great man, for all I know, but he didn't contribute to Australian civilization because he died long before it.
Oh,
stop
bullshit. Bullshit. He actually did contribute too, and I'll tell you why. Because he's your ancestor. He's your ancestor. If it wasn't for him, you wouldn't be here. Right?
So non-white people
you contain his DNA. You contain his DNA. Mate. You shot out of the water. You shot out of the water
being
with
someone's grandson does not mean
science.
That you're contributing to civilization.
What? He came to Australia, mate, and his family was brought up here, and the end result is Bob Katter as a fucking politician. Now, I don't know if you want to say that contributes to the country
but because he had a grandson, he's contributed to civilization, has he?
Well, isn't that the way it works? I mean, if you go back in...
You're contributing to civilization. Doesn't that go against everything?
Oh, come on. All right, I see where this is going, Jeremy.
What you're saying, according to your own standards,
Jeremy,
non-white people are the source of corruption, according to your own standards.
What?
You say that all the government is corrupt, so you're saying that a politician, you're saying a politician is responsible for building civilization in Australia, not destroying it.
I'm saying Bob Katter is a poor example.
Afghans are responsible for the corruption in Australia, the destruction of civilization.
I'm saying... I'm probably saying what I've always said, Jeremy, and that there's good and bad in all of us. It's just you haven't heard that yet. You haven't actually heard me say that.
99.9% of the time, that there is good and bad in all of it. But there is a potential to be 100% good and 100% bad.
Jeremy, I don't think the Muslims are suited for this country.
All right, why? But that is another point. We can open
Jeremy, we shouldn't kick them out though.
I disagree, and we can discuss that at another time. Once we're done with this point, stop.
There is no point to make.
Answer the question.
There is no point to make you wrong.
If I'm wrong,
I've proved it over and over.
Evidence.
No, Jeremy, I've already turned it around on you. You're the one that made the unique and remarkable claim that only whites. You provide the fucking evidence. I've provided evidence to the opposite. Now you provide me with references and all the rest of the fucking documentation that's going to prove to me that only whites built this country. Now go to a great deal of trouble, Jeremy, because you know it's going to be a waste of fucking time.
Immigration was not a public issue until the 1970s. It is only since the past 10 to 20 years that it has been talked about in a large scale. Now, in the 1940s, the Australian population was concerned that the Australian politicians were migrating in immigrants from the third world in order to buy out votes and keep in power and genocide the locals, which were all white. It was established for a long time that Australia must remain at least 90% white, at least. And that 10% includes the entire Aboriginal population.
This is the Australia policy.
Australia was always white up until recent times. It was always built exclusively by white people up until recent times. If you want to say otherwise and call me a liar and wrong and all these silly names, then provide an argument and provide evidence.
Who was the main instigator of the white Australia policy, Jeremy?
I'm not interested in your diversions. Answer the damn question.
Jeremy, stop being a shit. If you don't know, just say I don't know.
I'm not interested in... Discuss that topic in another time. Deal with the point at hand.
I can't get it. I can't get sense out of Jeremy. Jeremy and I have been arguing here for fucking hours, Bob. We're both a couple of Australians, and he's telling me that he seems to be a white supremacist or something, and he's telling me that only white people ever contributed to Australia, and people of other nationalities never contributed anything, and so we've been going round in circles for fucking hours, I think.
May I speak now and provide my
absolutely, Jeremy.
Without being interrupted?
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Here I go.
What's up, everyone?
G'day, Bob. Is that you, Bob?
Yeah, it's me, Jeremy.
We're having a big fight, Bob.
I'd like to establish my position as opposed to what he's saying on my position. Is that
okay?
That's okay?
Like, I kind of half believe you.
We are rumbling, Bob. We are rumbling.
What?
I would like to present my position. If that's
okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Okay. There were many, many points that have been discussed, and I chose to stick to one point because many claims false claims have been made in jumping from one point to another. So I made a specific point. I was accused of being a liar, of being wrong. I was accused of all these silly names.
Yeah.
I'm not upset over.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
continuously bring it back to the same point where I'm being accused of being wrong and being a liar. Now, my point is, now in the 1940s, the Australian population was under white Australia policy for a long, long time, where the population of Australia was legally meant to remain.
Those goalposts are changing.
Allow me to speak. The Australian population was meant to be at least 90% for a long, long time to prevent immigration, because Australia was a developing country into an amazing country, and it was appealing to immigrants. And the white Australian...
Come on, hurry up.
Let me finish. The white Australian people who built this country didn't want immigrants from the third world coming and ruining what they built. So it was the law that it would remain not at least 90% white. Now, that 10% that was non-white included an extremely...
What's the point?
Who did... Let
him speak.
It included an extremely small minority of people who did some basic, silly, simple labor, like picking oranges and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They didn't really...
basic, simple labor.
But they were accepted. They were accepted into Australia. They weren't booted out. But that 10% also included the entire Aboriginal population. So the Aboriginal population, including all other immigrants, was to remain the remaining 10%.
Right.
Now, this was established for a very long time that Australia was built by white people, only white people.
Yeah.
And it is a well-established historical fact. Politics today revolve around trying to purposely change that. But
okay, so that's the point, is it?
So it is an established, well-known fact that white people built Australia. Now,
that's the point, is it?
Only white people built Australia. He called me a liar. He called me wrong. He called me all these silly names. He kept jumping from point to point, calling me all these silly names. I kept bringing it back to the one point. If I am wrong, if I'm a liar that white people and only white people built Australia, then provide an argument and provide evidence. For a long time now, he jumps from one point to another, calling me silly names, and he won't come back. I just keep saying the same thing. Stop diverting, stop making up all these silly lies, stop calling me these silly names, get back to the point, provide an argument, provide evidence, answer the question.
So,
and that's how it's been for a while now. Answer the damn question.
Can I talk now?
Answer the damn question. Provide evidence, provide an argument. Answer the damn question.
All right, Jeremy, can I just ask you a real question real quick? So,
question. Yeah, that's okay, yeah.
Well, I believe that when you put race into any argument, it then becomes void. But I honestly don't understand the argument at this point. So,
it's as simple as this. It's either it's true or it's false.
So, like,
Jeremy, can I have a go now, Jeremy? Jeremy,
either it's true or false.
Jeremy.
Whether it's void, whether you want to consider it void or not, it's still either true or false.
We hear you, Jeremy. Bob, this all started because Jeremy doesn't believe in equality. Okay, that's what this all started through.
I believe in some equality. I do not believe in egalitarianism and most forms of equality.
What is egalitarianism?
Yep.
I just don't dabble in this stuff because I honestly don't like it because I've had very bad experiences with like people from the feminist organization and stuff, and I honestly don't want to deal with it.
Yep, and they call you all silly in every name under the table.
Yeah, they'll claim now.
Don't be scared. Don't get your head off for any. As long if your motives are correct, I don't care how messed up your beliefs are. If your motives are correct, your beliefs won't offend me, no matter how bizarre they could be. I'm concerned with motive.
So what is your gain from like why was this whole thing brought up that white people basically made Australia? It was all white people.
There's a long discussion we're going through about various topics, and topic of immigration got brought up. There's a lot. I can't remember the whole history of it, but needless to say, he's been jumping from one point to the other, going on with all these bizarre, horrific claims about me, and I've just put up with it, and I just keep bringing it back to the point.
Jeremy.
There's a point I've made that it is either true or it's false.
No, I'm just kind of confused because I don't want. Because it just seems
Bob, tag, you're it, mate. Tag, you're it. When you're outside, Bob, you're it, mate. You're gonna have to be the moderator.
Tetra, do you mind if I ask him a question real quick? So,
go for it, mate.
It just it seems slightly racist. That's why I was kind of asking, and well, just the way it's kind of said, but then again, that's society today where anything you say about race is racist.
It's a simple fact.
I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it seems that way. But I am giving you the benefit of the doubt here because I don't know why this is brought up.
I'm not racist. I understand the sensitivities. I don't think the sensitivities are valid, but I understand them. I think it's based on fear. It's either true or false. White people and only white people built Australia, or they either did or they didn't. It's as simple as that. It's not
see, this is where we argue, Jeremy. See, I think the whole premise is built on fear. The whole premise that you need to be scared of another race or that you need to segregate or do any of that. I think all that's built on fear. So and
have nothing to do with the point. The point is either true. What I said was either true or false. You called me a liar. You called me all these silly names. You did all this nonsense, and you won't answer the question. You won't provide
because you
won't provide evidence.
Won't let me talk, Jeremy.
I'm letting you talk. It's either true or false. Answer the question.
So, Jeremy,
Yeah.
What are you trying to say about this? Are you just asking if it's true or false?
Yeah, he wants me to answer a true or false as to whether or not Australia was built solely by white people. And I've said that it's false. And I've given him examples of where other people were involved in the building of this country, and he won't.
Okay, so you're both Australian. That's why this started.
He's lying. He gave me two examples. One example was of Aborigines picking oranges. Picking oranges does not contribute to civilization in any way.
I never mentioned Aborigines picking oranges.
Yes, you did.
And
yes, you did.
I'm guessing farming is a very big part of the economy. So it actually does help because it built Australia's economy. And I don't.
200 Aborigines.
And I don't
200 Aborigines oranges at once a week doesn't contribute to society.
No,
anything. They're
parasitically
leech. They're working. They're not contributing. They're getting paid for what they do. They are not contributing. They are actually connected into a system that someone else built. They are leeching off that system. They're getting.
Now Bob is understanding the problems of dealing with Jeremy in chat.
Yeah, I'm not even Australian. I don't understand really how the Australian legal system works, but I know how all economies work.
Not very well.
Yeah, it's not different from the British.
You know how much he understands. He might understand more than you realise. Tetragrammaton.
The Canadian system's actually very similar to the Australian system.
Yeah, I know a good amount about the Canadian system, but every economy, the way it works is basically the amount of money that is in the economy is determined by the amount of it. Some is backed by gold, some is backed by silver. It can be gold and silver in some cases.
Most of it's not backed up by more.
Well, no, it is. And the way the economy works,
do you know how many gold there is in the world?
No, I don't know, and it's not really important to my point here.
It is important. There's $10 trillion of gold in the world.
But my thing is, the way an economy works is you get people working. It's all the same money, the government's money, and everybody basically just borrows it and puts it back into the economy. But these orange pickers, or whatever they were doing, there's a lot of it, and they're putting money back into the economy.
No, they're not. They're taking more than they give. They're actually a drain.
Come on, Jeremy. You're being silly. I mean, honestly, you won't acknowledge that people assisted in the building of this country because they weren't the right colour? That is ridiculous, mate. That seriously is ridiculous. You know, stop trying to talk over me, Jeremy. And when I said about the Aboriginals that were in chains and had neck chains, I didn't say that they were orange pickers. I mean, you might know that, but I didn't actually say it.
Jeremy, also, if they're taking from the economy, the way an economy works is people earn money and then put money back and give the money to buy things. So the only way they could affect it is if all the orange pickers kept all of the money. That's the only...
No, you don't know what the Aborigines spent their money on. It went on alcohol and drugs.
Well, yeah, but that's money.
They were homeless. Yeah. They were homeless because they basically lived in extremely poor conditions. They evolved very differently to the rest of us. They don't understand the concept of money. They have an average IQ of only 62, so they operate on a completely different level. They can't live in Australian civilization. That's why most of them live out in the bush.
Oh, they could have lived here, Jeremy. They could have lived here quite nicely if we paid for their fucking land instead of stealing it.
No, it's not their land. It is not their land at all. Now, stop diverting with nonsense. Answer the question. It's either what I said, white people and only white people built Australia. It's either true or it's false. If it's false, and if I'm a liar and I'm all these horrible things you say, then provide an argument and provide evidence.
Jeremy, I'll tell you exactly how it's not all white people. Because you have to remember, a lot of the place Australia was a British prison colony, correct? If I'm correct, I don't know too much.
Mostly.
Yes. It started as a British prison colony, but the prisoners were not actually prisoners.
South Australia was never a colony. It was always a settlement. So it was never actually a convict settlement. South Australia. So some states were not, but New South Wales was. Van Diemen's Land, Tasmania was, and I think that's about it. I think Victoria was settled as well.
So my thing that I'm trying to take for this, hold up, I'm just looking when Australia was founded, because like English and American settlers started to mingle with different types of different races and stuff. So
no, they didn't. Not up until very recently. Not up until the last couple of decades.
Fletcher Christian, bullshit, mate.
America was white in Australia up until recent time.
Okay. So, it was founded in 1901. So
no, it was founded much earlier than that.
It was actually 1770. It was discovered by Captain Cook. Okay, and 1901 was federation, but in actual fact, the states had parliaments as back as far as 1830s, I think.
Okay.
So can we stick back to the point?
I'm sorry. Like I said, I don't know too much about Australia. But even at that time, the settlers and the people from the colonies and America started mingling with the.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did by this time. They did it from different countries.
No, they did not.
Okay.
This is a recent phenomenon. This didn't happen historically. This is very recent after World War II, and especially since the 1970s. And
come on.
World War II. They started doing this after the American Civil War, bro.
Yeah, you're right. Look, earlier on I said about,
I do understand.
Jeremy was saying that there'd been no contributions from anyone that wasn't white, and I happened to mention that there was a great grandfather.
I said there was no. There was no.
Jeremy, stop trying to talk over me. I happened to mention that there was a great grandfather of one of our politicians had been an Afghanistanian. Okay, and I mentioned that to Jeremy. And, he just doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it.
What did this Afghanistan person?
A pure English, a pure whatever. You can't be pure anymore.
No, that was the point. He was a mixture. This Afghanistanian had married an Irish woman or something, and that's what this politician had come from.
Answer the question. Answer the question.
Well, okay, your question is, was Australia created by white people? Basically.
Was it built by white people and only white people?
Well, Australia is still being built. That's how countries work. They keep being built.
No, it's not still being built. Changes. It's being maintained. It's being maintained. It took about 100 or 200 years.
But does Australia have changes?
Driven into the ground.
Australia took about 100 or 200 years to be built into an actual nation. That's what we've
maintained. What a joke!
I have without a doubt.
White people only white people either built Australia or other people built Australia.
Well, white people may have been part of building Australia, but there was without a doubt other races that did it.
Prove it.
Oh, get to say prove it. It's mad. It's a mad argument.
The only way
don't just make empty claims and say I'm wrong and I'm a liar. Don't just say I'm wrong and I'm a liar by making counter claims with no evidence and no substance.
Under Jeremy's argument, only white people built the USA and the slaves had nothing to do with the economy.
That is not my argument. I actually agree with what you just said, but that's another topic for another time. The point here is Australia. Was Australia built by white people and only white people?
No.
Then prove it.
Don't
just call me wrong. Prove it.
No. As I said to you before, Jeremy. As I said to you before, Jeremy, it's the same as religion, mate. When you're the one making extraordinary claims, you need to be the one that provides the proof. You are. You're saying that only white people did it. You provide the bloody.
You yourself acknowledge the White Australia policy. There's your proof. Now,
I acknowledge that there was a White Australia policy. I didn't say it was any bloody good.
Yeah.
White Australia policy that you acknowledge is evidence that white people built Australia. It is a well-known and well-established fact that politicians base their whole realm of politics on today. So white people built Australia, white people alone. If you want to say otherwise, provide an argument and provide evidence. Don't just say you're wrong. It's just the other way. Other people did too. Provide an argument, provide evidence. Don't just say things that aren't true.
No evidence. Just go for it, Bob. Just go for it.
Okay.
You might as well say that aliens made Australia. It's just as valid. Or you can say leprechauns built Australia. It's just as valid.
Let Bob talk, Jeremy. Please. Come on, let him talk.
Answer the question.
Jeremy, can I talk real quick?
Yeah, sure.
I don't really understand why this is even happening and why you're so passionate about this. Like, I honestly don't like people who like in certain places, of course, feminists, obviously, they will make the claims about how European settlers came to America and stole like Native American land. Like companies like BuzzFeed will say stuff like this, right? And honestly, your argument is invalid because
why is my argument invalid? Why is my argument invalid? Why an argument and provide evidence?
I didn't finish my sentence. I was talking about how companies and like activism groups blame usually white people because that's just honestly the feminist ideology today. But they'll say they will blame white people today for American white people, of course, for coming and stealing the land, the Native Americans' land, doing all this stuff, treating people wrong. But then their argument.
Have you ever heard of the Solutreans? It's a very taboo. White people were actually the first in America. They traveled other side of the world, and there's a lot of evidence of it.
No. The natives were here first.
No, they weren't. Okay.
Yes, were.
DNA haplogroup R. The American Indians contain ancient white DNA from Western Europe. Where do you think they get their ancient white DNA from?
Well, I'll tell you what. They came from Europe, but then they were there first before Christopher Columbus.
People that were there first.
Came later.
So are we looking at oldest DNA in the Americas? Yeah. Oh, well, that would be the Australian Aboriginal DNA that was found down at the tip of South America, then, would it? Yeah, it would be then, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Yeah, that would be that DNA that they found then, wouldn't it, Jeremy?
Okay.
There's no Aboriginal DNA in the Americas. No, the only thing is the only DNA that they do share is things that are shared through all races or things that are really, really old.
Wrong again, Jeremy.
I'm not wrong again. Look up DNA haplogroup R. The American Indians crossbred with the first white people and genocided them all to oblivion and crossbred with them while they did it.
Yeah, because they were taking their land and they didn't understand it because none of them spoke English.
The American Indians actually stole white people's land in America. White people
they didn't. They found the land. Yes, they did come from Europe, but they found America. They found it. They discovered it first, and then it became their land. And settlers came, and they took it from them. But I'm not saying America is a bad country, because this is a great country. Okay. And not even...
needs to be understood. Second, white people came again third.
Why are you making this argument? Like, I don't get what your gain is.
What you're saying is just false. But this is a different. We can discuss this point another time. Let's bring it back to the point where I'm being accused of being wrong. Otherwise,
Jeremy,
everything I say, there's a reason why I'm sticking to this point, and I'm answering your question that you asked before. The reason why I'm sticking to this point is because this went in circles for must have been half an hour at least.
Jeremy,
in circles of being called all these silly names are being called wrong,
Jeremy,
called a liar, and we're going on with all this nonsense. Now I've chosen a point to stick.
I'd like to, Jeremy.
Either
I'm here to prove you wrong again.
Don't speak over me.
Jeremy, Jeremy, I'm here to prove you wrong again. How did tribes in South America come to share ancestry with Aboriginal Australians through population? Why? A majority of Australian Aboriginal men and boys before contact with outsiders belonged to an ancient paternal lineage known as Haplogroup C, M130. The same was true of a significant minority of Native American males. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
What's going on there, Jeremy? That's not lies, Jeremy. That's fucking science.
I'm not haplogroup R. Haplogroup R. I'm not interested in your lies, excuses, and diversions. Answer.
No, haplogroup C, buddy. Haplogroup C. Just because you know one thing doesn't mean you know it all.
Hey,
yeah, I think you better do your research.
Hey, if you do not answer the damn question, then you can simply go on from one lie after another. This is why I've chosen one point to stand on, because you go from one lie to another, making up all these, calling me all these silly names. Stick to the one point and either concede that I'm right or provide an argument and evidence to the contrary. White people built Australia, only white people. If I'm wrong, provide an argument, provide evidence. Answer the question.
About now, Bob's realising why I'm calling him silly names.
Yeah, Jeremy, I just want to say something.
Answer the damn question.
Jeremy,
answer the damn question.
I usually don't act this way because it reminds me of the organization.
Me either. It's like dealing with children in the box.
Yeah,
I'm not interested in diversions. Answer the question.
I've had bad experiences with, like, it'll be like activism groups that are honestly just stupid. Like, there's like these Native Americans. There was actually a video about it. Like, asking people, hey, are you enjoying our land and shit? But the thing is, this happened hundreds of years ago. And Jeremy here is just trying to push the point that,
he's running with it. He's running with it.
We can speak about the American Indians later. Let's stick to this one point and get to the truth of the point. Either concede that I'm right or provide an argument and evidence. Answer the damn question.
No, I'm with you, Bob. I follow what you're saying, mate. He's running with it.
You don't like that there are immigrants from different countries. You don't like it. And you claim that
I never said that.
They are all poor, that they were just...
I never said that. Answer the damn question.
They were just orange pickers and did nothing for the country. When you make claims like this that happened hundreds of years ago, they become invalid. I'm actually half American Indian.
Why are they invalid? Why are these claims invalid?
Because
they are directly related to my claim and the counterclaim.
No, it is.
How are they invalid?
Because these claims are irrelevant. Because they.
Why are they irrelevant? Why are they irrelevant?
Years ago, and nobody that's alive now has anything to do.
The claim they what happened hundreds of years ago.
Calm down, Jeremy. I'd like to talk to Bob. Jeremy, I'd like to talk to Bob.
Australia has been built for hundreds of years. What happened hundreds of years directly relates to the claim of who built this country.
I'd like to talk to Bob about Jeremy. Is that all right, Jeremy? All right.
Stop the diversions.
I've met Jeremy on here. Jeremy's in a lot of the chat rooms on here. He's saying that he was the founder of Anonymous.
And Anonymous was created to help people that did not have a voice, that were discriminated against.
Well, apparently...
Where do you get your definition of anonymous from?
Apparently the founder of it doesn't believe in equality, which is really hard to believe.
Yeah, apparently the founder of it is really mad because...
I'm fine. I'm not mad at all.
You're really mad because other people...
I'm not mad at all.
You're mad because other races settling in Australia, and you claim they're taking your land.
I never said that.
No, he never said they were taking his land. He was more concerned about them not doing anything for the country.
The claim is that white people and only white people built Australia. The claim is that white people and only white people built Australia. If you're accusing me of racism, saying that, then you are racist.
Yeah, you see, isn't that that's what gets me. No, Jeremy, that's what gets me about the right wing. You use free speech to attack the society that allows you that free speech. You know,
how have I attacked the society? I'm defending the society.
Because you're being racist, and you're saying. You're saying that you don't believe in equality. You're saying you don't believe in equality.
Lie after lie. This is why I stick to one point, because you make up lie after lie after lie. Stick to the one point. Either I am true or I am false. White people and only white people built Australia. If I am false and I am wrong and I'm all these silly names, then prove it. Provide an argument and provide evidence.
Jeremy, I don't like I said, I don't like to talk about things like this because a lot of the arguments are invalid.
The topic, whether you like it or not, that is the topic. That is the
topic. I think it's good, Bob, and good on you for staying.
Yeah. No, honestly, I believe anybody can be an anonymous, right? But anonymous was made to help people who could not help themselves, who need justice. And you come in here and you just throw that entire ideology away.
Okay. This is an important topic. The topic of anonymous is an important topic. Now, I'm willing to let this point go on one condition.
Oh, thank you so much, Jeremy.
That I'm not accused in this random sequence of never-ending accusations and empty claims. This is why I stuck to the one point. Because
this ain't going to go away, Jeremy. I'm sorry to say.
I'm willing to let this point, don't speaking over me, I'm willing to let this point go, providing this sequence of lies does not continue, it stops, and we can discuss anonymous and what it really stands for.
Okay. We can do that. We can do that. Okay.
We can change I will let that point go and talk about anonymous on that condition.
Thank you, sir, Jeremy.
Okay, Jeremy. I just want to say something.
Yes or no? Simple yes or no question.
I'm not sure if this is true, but it is believed that the founder of Anonymous was American. I don't know if this is true because nobody knows.
No, it's not true.
But Anonymous.
Can I get a yes or no to that question? To my question. I will let the point go on the silly name calling and these empty claims and denials. Okay. Stop. So I think Bob, you would agree. You would say yes to that, would you?
What?
I don't think I could go along with that anymore, Jeremy. You've been so much of a little shit, trying to get your own way the whole fucking time, talking over everyone and acting like a complete wanker, mate, that I'm not sure I'm going to allow that. You know, I might have to consult. I might have to consult with the collective.
This is why me and Bob can't talk about Anonymous, because he won't let go of this never-ending sequence of lies. So I must call him up I must choose a line, a point that he's calling his lies on, and I have
I am fucking with you. Okay. I shouldn't. I know, Bob. I'm nasty. I shouldn't fuck with him like this.
There's more going on than you realize. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, Bob, would you agree that at least we can't speak about Tetragrammaton, but would you agree not to call me silly names and deny what I say blindly, even if it sounds difficult to? You'll consider what I say and you look at evidence I provide. Would you won't resort to name calling?
Bob, you don't know what you're in for, mate. He's going to try and make you watch an 11-hour video, mate.
I'm trying to say.
Can me and Bob stick to one point at a time without name calling?
I just want to end this conversation altogether, and if you can revisit it, because I don't. It's just like it's not really needed at this time. It's not.
I think it is very needed.
I would have loved to have found someone to have a chat to them about getting people together and not dividing everyone apart. And you know, that I thought that's what Anonymous was about. You know, brotherhood and trying to fight a common goal. You know, we know who the enemy are, We know who the enemy are. And when I see people like Jeremy come in and try and cast divisions, I think that's the fucking enemy right there. And especially when they're trying to make out that they were the founder of Anonymous, and then they turned out to be, the exact bane of Anonymous. No, Jeremy. I said to you before, Jeremy, that you need to get somebody writing a new script for you, buddy. You can't come in here and make out that you're the founder of Anonymous and then start talking like that.
Jeremy,
I am the founder of Anonymous, and I can prove it over and over again.
Showing us a YouTube channel doesn't do that.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Showing us a YouTube channel doesn't do it. I just don't believe you. I really don't.
I cannot show you a YouTube channel. I can give you just my standard introduction to this is I can provide you a screenshot of the most mirrored Anonymous video in history, in all existence. Was a video that I made a couple of years ago on the symbolism and true meaning of Anonymous, with information that only...
I do believe you, Jeremy. I do believe you. I actually do believe Jeremy. No, I'm not being sarcastic. I am not being sarcastic. I actually believe you, Jeremy. I think you are who you say you are, and I do think you might be the founder. And I'm telling you, I'm being honest, right? And I want you to hear this. But I'll tell you now, if you are the founder of Anonymous, I'm out of this shithole.
Let me finish. I made the most mirrored Anonymous video in history with information that only a or the founder would know more than all other sources on the history of Anonymous put together in a half-an-hour movie. The most mirrored Anonymous video in existence, mirrored by major channels, including those with a tick, under the name of Anonymous.
Well,
Anonymous symbolism or Anonymous, the true meaning behind our symbolism. I can show you a screenshot. I can.
Okay,
let me finish. I'm almost finished. Let me finish. I can show you a screenshot of the original video with me logged into the account of the original video. The first mirror was from Secret Anonymous ID. That channel. I can show you a screenshot of the original to prove that I made that video.
Okay.
Okay, I will display that in.
My thing is here. Hear me out. Anonymous, to make a famous Anonymous video, the founders of Anonymous, there is no owners, do not make the videos. Members make the videos. The people make the videos. They work as a group, but really it's not all of Anonymous that's doing hacks. Most of it is doing this, but it's usually just a group. And if you really did know Anonymous symbolism, you would know that
I made the symbol. Dude, I made the symbol. I know what it means. I made the symbol.
No, you didn't make the symbol. You didn't even know what Operation was until it was.
Why should I know why should I know what one person does?
Well,
that is irrelevant.
In all fairness,
nothing or very little at most to do with Anonymous.
It's basically saying that Anonymous videos are only made by the founder. And if it's only made by the founder...
You're saying things that I've never said. I've never said...
that's what you're basically saying. Because you said, I created a major Anonymous video. That doesn't mean you're anonymous.
No,
that just means you created a major Anonymous
video. I did not create a major Anonymous video. I created the most mirrored Anonymous video in existence, mirrored by official channels, with the only video in existence that extensively explains what Anonymous is and is not, and explains the symbolism behind it. It has been investigated by many. It has been confirmed to be true and you can look at the comments and the likes on every mirror. It's universally in agreement. Now, we can only establish 1 point at a time. We can discuss what Anonymous is and is not after this, but let's stick to the 1 point at a time, whether or not I am the founder of Anonymous. Now, I can provide a screenshot that I made the original video with information that only a or the founder would know. It has nothing to do with whether it's popular or a major video. It is the fact that it contains information. It contains information that only A or the.
Tell you what, you go completely against what Anonymous is all about. Here you are, I am the man, 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 says Jeremy. Are you anonymous? No, you're not anonymous. No, you're Jeremy Martin. You are the man. You are the fucking leader. You are this, you are that. You go completely against what the whole thing's about.
And you don't...
Stop even silly names. Stop diverting off topic. 1 point at a time. Let's establish 1 point at a time. We can discuss what Anonymous is and is not, and what I really stand for as opposed to what you're accusing me of standing for. We can discuss that afterward. First, we must establish this point. Did I make a video that only a founder, A or the founder, could have made? A video that only A or the founder could have made. I made it. I have proof, and I can show you it. Now, which channel should I show the screenshot?
I don't really give a fuck. And I'll tell you why I don't give a fuck. Because one of the originators of Greenpeace turned out to be a fucking dirty sellout. And that's all this means to me. That's all this means to me, Jeremy. You might have been the originator or the founder or whatever you want to call yourself, but I think you've sold your fucking values out, buddy.
I'm not interested in your lies and diversions. 1 point at a time, please. Now, I can provide a screenshot proving that I made a video that only A or the founder could have made.
Okay, you made all these claims that, like, all the FBI and stuff were after you, but if the FBI was after you, you live in Australia, too. So how
I'm
is
actually
the FBI
I'm a fugitive. Government is after me. I'm a fugitive. I've been kidnapped and tortured multiple times. Now can we stick to 1 point at a time? Now either I made a video that only.
No, there's no FBI here. Hey, Tetra. We don't have the FBI here.
Hey Tetra, don't you think that this would be on the news? Even just in online media, and have been shown.
There's a long history, a long story. I have evidence of.
Jeremy, let me defend you. No, Bob, not necessarily, because all the news media here is controlled by the Murdoch conglomeration, the same people that run Fox. So not necessarily. It might not be on the news.
In American news, it would have been in American news, or it would have been talked about in anonymous groups because they would eventually have found out.
But also, now I can answer all of your questions, but only one at a time. Now, first, 1 point at a time. Now, which channel shall I provide the screenshot proving that I made a video that only A or the founder could have made, which proves that I am either the founder or a founder? Okay. Where should I provide this screenshot? Which channel? Just choose a channel.
Just whatever you want. Okay. Anonymous doesn't have an official. The channels are. It's only made by members. Like we
can get to what I actually believe and what I'm accused of believing, what I really stand for, and
what is generally accepted as a credible source for anonymous YouTube videos that explain Anonymous is true. How Anonymous truly works and what their true ideologies are is Anonymous official.
No, they are not. They are corrupt sellouts. They make money off Anonymous and they promote propaganda videos. They are widely criticized. There are websites devoted to exposing them. Now, I just sent a screenshot in the Leaks channel. If you go to the Leaks channel, I just sent a screenshot that shows two sites. On the left side is me logged into the account with the time and date of the original video, Anonymous Symbolism video. Goes for half an hour.
Fucking hell.
That is the first original upload, and I'm logged into the account to show that I uploaded it. On the right-hand side is a search under that video. Now, if you go to YouTube and you search...
Come on, man. You got deep fakes out there. You got deep fakes out there. No, you got deep fakes out there, and you're showing us a fucking screenshot and telling us to believe it like it's true. Are you thinking with if you got more than one brain cell, come on. You expect us to have no brains. You expect us to have no brains.
Wait a minute.
You put up some graphic and you say, there's my proof right there. Now, I can see what's on the graphic. It doesn't make it true.
Stop vandalising the file of information to let me speak. I've just sent a screenshot proving that I made the original video, the most mirrored anonymous video in existence, that only A or the founder could have made. This information in the video has been confirmed by many, and it has been uploaded with official channels with a tick, including
what a good reason to leave the collective,
named anonymous with a tick. The only channel that like that.
Hey, Tetra.
Shot.
Yeah, man.
So either I am. This proves that I'm either A or the founder. Do you acknowledge this screenshot proves it? You can look it up on YouTube right now and see the proof.
Well, most major anonymous numbers that are extreme things, they usually go dark, don't they? Where they wouldn't have their voice, have their face as their profile picture, and have their first and last name as a Discord name. Together,
I went public in 2013 for a reason. I can answer all of these questions in time, but we must stick to one point at a time. We can't skip ahead. We must acknowledge the truth at one point at a time. Screenshot. Do you acknowledge this screen? Do you read this screenshot? Read the times and dates. Look it up on YouTube and confirm that this video proves that I'm either A or the founder of Anonymous.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Your official last name is Jeremy Martin.
My official.
I haven't even bothered Googling, to be quite honest, Bob.
Jeremy Martin is the founder, but he also just has the picture of Jeremy Martin on there, which is also very possible that he just took a picture of Jeremy Martin and did his name. Now let me see.
Possible, but how you won't don't accuse me, man. You can have your doubts, fine, but don't.
I think to myself, here I am, I'm on Discord, and it's just a chat program, just an anonymous group on Discord. And if this is really Jeremy Martin, wouldn't he be on and on ops on IRC? Isn't that where all the real people are?
Look at that. That's on a website. It's one of the websites that he was talking about. That's an unofficial anonymous website. But that's where he got his picture from. Huh.
No, that is a picture of Nick.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if Jeremy Martin goes into
let's deal with one point.
a non-ops, how he'd be treated by people that know Jeremy Martin,
Let's deal with one point at a time.
Let me see if
I'd love to know what he's trying to achieve here.
Let me see if Jeremy Martin can.
I'm going to keep an eye on Jeremy Martin.
I don't think he would be on.
I sent a screenshot of me logged into the account of the video. Do you acknowledge that screenshot shows, it proves that I'm either A or the founder? Now you can accuse me of stealing that screenshot off the internet. Deal with that, but let's deal with the point.
Let's treat this like 4chan. Let's treat this like 4chan. Right? Tits will get the fuck out, and we need a Sharpie in the pooper, and we need today's date written on your ass. All right?
Hey, Tetra.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna get off here for a bit. I'll talk to you later.
That's cool.
I think that's a dox of me. Check that website that you got that image, that photo profile picture of me, because it's taken from my Facebook account. That's my Facebook profile picture account, and that picture's probably been taken there.
He's gone, man.
The website you're showing there is actually someone
mirroring
a dox of me.
He's gone. What are we going to do with you, Jeremy? You're a real problem. You're a problem.
Did Bob disconnect or?
What? Yeah, he's gone, man. What are we going to do with you, buddy? You're a real problem. You're not going to do this cause any good at all.
Bobby's gone. Let's go back. Now that Bobby's gone, let's go back. He might come back. He might have just disconnected.
You're not going to do this cause any good at all, are you? You're going to be a division. You're going to be a division, aren't you? You're going to try and take people off to the right, and you're going to try and be a major division here, aren't you?
Since he's gone, let's go back to the point.
That's where you've come from, isn't it? Where have you been up until now, mate?
accuse me of all these things. You jump from one point to the other. You accuse me of all
Where
these
have you been,
things.
Jeremy?
Australia or not? Provide an argument and provide evidence. Answer the damn question.
Bit of a shame. Where did it all go so wrong for you, mate? Where did you start hanging around with some right wingers? I had a lifestyle where I used to ride with motorcyclists nearly all my life, up until nearly the age of 30. I had a biker lifestyle, and I got to say they were all right wing scumbags. They were all racist pricks, just about every single one of them. But somehow it never rubbed off on me. I didn't feel the need to keep people happy with me and go along with their bullshit. So where did it go wrong for you, Jeremy?
We can discuss that at a later time. Now, answer the damn question. No more lies, no more diversions, no more excuses. Answer the damn question.
You know the answer. You fucking hate it too, don't you?
No more than I'll let on. Answer the damn question.
I know you do, Jeremy. You're a dangerous little person. You know, you're probably, based on the information I've already told you, you've probably already worked out exactly who I am. Because I'm exposed on the net too, and that's why I am who I am, and that's why I do what I do.
I've been accused of everything under the sun.
And I'm glad I found you, Jeremy. I'm glad I found you.
The damn question.
Because I can be a counterweight to your manipulations. So I'm really glad I found you.
Answer the question.
Tell you what, though, the way you go on is not going to work with people.
Answer the question.
No one's going to take your orders.
I'm not ordering you. You made the accusation. You keep accusing me of all these things. I stuck to one point. I'm not allowing you to divert off topic all the time. Stick to one point. You accuse me of lying. You accuse me of being wrong. You accuse me of all these silly names. Answer the damn question. You've
started this bullshit about not letting me off topic and demanding that I answer the question because you realise that you've come up against someone that can fucking run rings around you and you're scared to shit. Aren't you, Jeremy? You're scared to shit. You don't want to have a real conversation because you're scared to shit. That's what's going on here.
Answer the damn question.
And you know what, Jeremy? I know it. I know you're scared to shit to have a real conversation.
Answer the damn question.
And I feel sad for you, mate, because there's no truth in your life. Look at the way you're acting. You could have a real conversation, but instead you're just carrying on. You know, the left and the right have got to get together sooner or later, or we are not going to fix this. We can't have people coming in and creating divisions.
The lies and excuses. Answer the damn question.
You're the damn question, mate. Why have you come here to cause trouble? I mean, this is not even a together place as it is.
Now, answer the damn question.
This isn't even a together place as it is. This is a nothing. Nothing happens here. But someone like you coming in is just going to cause trouble, causing division.
I'm not interested in your lies and excuses and toxic poison of diversions.
Toxic poison? But the toxicity comes from you with your divisions and your class system. That's you. That's the problem.
Answer the damn question.
See, what white supremacists can't get their head around is that eventually the white race is doomed. Outnumbered. They will be bred out. There will be no whites. In the end, there'll be a mixture. A great big melting pot. coffee-coloured people.
Other nonsense. Answer.
And that's the way it'll be. As long as somebody doesn't press the button, and nuke us all to hell.
Everyone's going to merge into one single race, are they?
Eventually.
And that will genocide. So you promote the genocide of all races, do you?
I think that's dangerous because of diversity.
Do you think diversity is dangerous?
No, the opposite. I'm saying it's dangerous if we all became a coffee-coloured, non-diverse culture, because then we would be susceptible to a mass extinction due to a virus or something.
Well, isn't that exactly what you're promoting and what's going on today? Non-white people are migrating en masse into Australia, and white people are now a minority in their own country. They're almost completely extinct. Interracial crossbreeds.
No, you're overstating it. No, you're overstating it. You're going with the fear. You're overstating it. Yeah, you are.
Interracial crossbreeds now account for 30% of the world population, and they are rampantly.
I don't want as many Sudanese here, and I don't want as many fucking Muslims here. But the bottom line is, we've still got to have the diversity. I want some.
Why do we have to have the diversity?
Like it for the same reason that you agreed with me a moment ago.
Answer the question.
I just did.
Why?
You agreed with me a moment ago that we had to keep our diversity for the sake of the species, and now you're turning around and saying that we don't.
How does this help the species? How does immigrants from the third world help Australia?
So you want your cake and eat it too. You can't have it both ways.
How do immigrants
you can't have that argument benefit you at both ends of the scale. That's called white privilege, mate.
Oh, now it's white privilege.
Yeah, it is. What you're trying to do now is.
How do immigrants from the third world help Australia?
Why don't you fucking get rid of them all and see how you go, you dickhead?
You're not answering the question. You're just accusing me.
I don't have to.
Yes, you do.
Use your brains. Use your brains. Use your bloody brains.
If white
hey, let me ask you this, mate. How much fucking tax did they make? How much tax did they pay, the immigrants in this country? There, you just answered your own fucking question, haven't you? You dickhead. You really are a dickhead. No, seriously, you make stupid fucking claims and then you think that people are just going to let you get away with it? That is stupid, mate. I'll tell you.
People didn't build Australia, provide an argument and provide evidence.
No, I already have. And only a fool like you wouldn't be able to accept it. Hey, Bob accepted it.
Apparently, Aboriginal.
I suppose Bob was half Indian, so, of course he was biased. Mate, you're fully right. You are biased. Don't you get it? You don't get it. You never will.
If white people didn't build Australia, then provide an argument and provide evidence. Don't just simply make baseless claims and call people of being a liar and being wrong and all these silly names. Provide an argument and provide evidence. The damn question.
Oh, well, you've certainly encountered the right person. I'm absolutely overjoyed to get up on my soapbox and fucking pound a person like you anytime I come across them. People like you disgust me, actually. I mean, I feel sorry for you sometimes. I think to myself, poor fucking idiots. They're such sheep. They live in fear all the damn time. So...
the question.
I got a funny feeling you're recording me with sound bites and I'm just going to come out somewhere on a video. All chopped up to say what you want, eh?
I'm not
because that's the shit you do.
And diversion. Answer the damn question. Now it's simple. It's a simple question to answer. Why are you having such difficulty? Why?
Boy, you're the one having difficulty.
I'm not struggling at all here.
No,
I'm not upset
you're not.
or struggling.
You're happy to stay right where you are, aren't you?
I'm not the one going on an endless rant of how evil the other person is.
Mate, you probably haven't moved ideologically in the last 20 years.
Now, if white people didn't build Australia, provide an argument, provide evidence. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm open to being wrong. If you can prove me wrong, then I will accept it. But provide an argument and provide evidence. I'm very confident in what I say, but I'm open to being wrong.
You are not open to being wrong.
I've
already proved you wrong half a dozen times, and you've never given away a point, not a point.
White people didn't build Australia, then provide an argument. Answer the question. If I don't let you off this point, you will just continue from jumping one point to another with slanderous filth.
You're such full of shit. You're just so full of shit. You know, poor old Bob come in, and Bob ran like fuck. You couldn't believe that you were such a fuckhead, Jeremy. Come on. Look at the way you're acting. Okay. Even Bob told you were.
Give me a list. Give me a list.
I mean, seriously, man. Seriously. How many times have you been told by people that you're fucking unbelievable and you need to fucking stop it? How many times in your life have you been told that?
Give me a list of all the things I am. Come on, give me a list.
No, I want you to look inwards for a moment and just say to yourself, could the problem be with me?
Yes, the problem could be with you. Are you open to that possibility?
Oh, Jeremy, if I wasn't able to see things from your point of view, I wouldn't be able to throw them away so easily. It's only by comparing the way you're thinking with reality am I able to dispose of them so quickly.
I'm still waiting for an answer to my question. You call me a liar, you call me wrong, you call me all these silly names. If I'm wrong, then prove it. Provide an argument and provide evidence.
Mate, you're guilty immediately. You are proved guilty and wrong immediately by the way that you approach the whole subject. You approach it from you approach the argument from a position of privilege. You approach the argument from a position of privilege which you don't actually have. Straight away, you believe you have this white privilege, and you actually don't. Right?
I've never met
in a real system, like in Australia, we're supposed to be equal. And you shouldn't actually have that white privilege. But you're so well aware that you have that white privilege, you're prepared to speak up about it in open forums like this. That's how much of a white privilege you have.
I'm just writing to Bob, the channel.
You write to Bob. I'd love to know where you got this shit from, and I don't know why you won't talk to me. You won't really talk to me, will you? You're just gonna fuck me around and waste my time. And in actual fact, I thought about this. This is actually a maneuver. This is actually a maneuver that an agent would do, because an agent would find somebody who's an effective activist and actually, just fucking waste their time. And in that way, it's actually taking them away from the real things that they need to do. And that's kind of what you're doing, because we're not actually achieving anything. And all we're doing is going round and round, and you keep saying, I demand you do it, I demand you answer, I demand you answer. I've already given you answers 100 times, and you just won't move on. We can't have a conversation until I give little Jeremy Baby exactly what little Jeremy Baby wants. Otherwise, we can't move on. Look, little Jeremy Baby needs to wake the fuck up and realise little Jeremy Baby's not going to get what Jeremy wants.
You accuse me of being wrong. You accuse me of being a liar. Provide an argument. Provide evidence. Prove it. I'm still waiting for you to answer the question.
Yeah, man,
I'm not interested in your diversions, excuses, lies, and toxic.
Yeah, man,
Answer the question.
Sieg Heil.
Sorry? I didn't hear what you just said. Oh, did you say Sieg Heil? I'm not a National Socialist. I'm not a German. I'm British. I'm actually blood of German.
Proud of that, are you?
Actually, I am.
I knew you would be.
Jump for the world.
I knew you would be. You know why? You're carrying on about nationality and race, and here you are, a half-breed.
How am I a half-breed? I'm white. I have red. It's grey now, but I was born with red hair and green eyes, the rarest of all traits, which are exclusively white, purebred white.
Really, mate?
I fight for
really?
The preservation of.
Really? So you're wonderful, are you? You master race, are you? Because you got the red hair and what was it, the green eyes.
I fight for the preservation of all genetic lines. All.
Is that the deal? Is it, man? Red hair, green eyes, huh? Makes you the master race. Shit, I am too. I got red hair and green eyes. You fucking jerk. And look how different we are. Look how different we are. So red hair and green eyes and you're the master race, eh? Well, it doesn't seem to be working out that way. So what's your heritage, Jeremy? We'll see if I'm whiter than you are. Maybe I might be whiter than you, Jeremy.
Bob's heard my voice. He's come across a video of me in an interview.
Yeah, good on you, mate. You don't have to prove anything to me, mate. You know, I'll be very sad if you're the cause of Anonymous. I'll be very sad. You'll be the story I'll tell to people in the future. I'll say one day there I was in fucking Discord and I bumped into this dude and no shit, he was a fucking fascist and he was the fucking starter of Anonymous. And here I was thinking that it was a wonderful thing. And no, it's fucking Peppy fucking land. That's all it is. Fucking red pill Peppy land and QAnon. And that's what it's really all about. There you go, mate. I'm going to be telling everyone the real story.
Sorry, I was just responding to Bob again. I'm still waiting for an answer. You're saying all this nonsense, been going on for ages. It's irrelevant to anything. We can talk about any and all topics until after we get from one point to another. Stick to this point. To the question, you either concede that.
Is this a 5-minute argument, or would you like the full half hour? I've already told you once. No, you haven't. Yes, I have. 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 Hang on. This isn't an argument.
All right, I'm going to just get some more evidence, Bob. I need to get him another. I'm still waiting for that question.
I'm going to have to find someone else to sit and talk to, Jeremy. You're not much fun. You know, I could have been having all kinds of in-depth, fucking decent discussions with people, but instead I'm in here with you. Shit.
3.1415129653589337533288419716933937495820975105820974959592097816462862899648628998164628628999964628628999964862899996486289999648628999964862899996486289999648628999964862899996486289999648628999964862899996486289999648628999964862899996486289999648628999964862899996486289999648628999964862899996486289999648628999964862899996486289999648628999964862899996486289999648628999964862899996486289999648628999964862899996486289999648628999964862899996486289999648628999964862899996486289999648628999964862899996486289999648628999964862899996486289999648628999964862899996486289999648628999964862899996486289999648628999964862899996486289999648628999964862899996486289999648628999964862899996486289999648628999964862899996486289999648628999964862899996486289
0679.
Silly name calling.
That's the first 100.
Stuff. Not interested.
81480865 122 8330 64 7993 44
we
699
resolve that
505
point, we can move on to the next.
359
Not jumping from one to the other, just going on with this me.
28410270 1938 5211 0555
I take it you're having another cup of coffee. Just wait for it.
No, I'm shaking my head and thinking to myself, I should just record you saying the same thing over and over and then just play it back to yourself over and over and drive you crazy with your own voice saying the same thing over and over. And then you can say the same thing over and over to your own voice that's saying the same thing over and over. And I reckon you'd be happy. I reckon you'd be happy in that environment.
Don't you think it's really silly that you can't a simple question? A simple question. And your only response is to call me names and attack me instead of answering the question. A simple question. Isn't that revealing?
What question is that again? Oh, whether only white people are responsible for Australia.
For building this civilization, culture, and society.
Oh, and culture. So again, we're excluding Aborigines from the culture.
Yes, we are, because they live in...
Oh, we are. Oh, we are. Okay.
Their culture is completely separate.
But you like Aborigines, though. You got nothing against them because you're not a racist, are you?
Aborigines have big problems. I'm not against them. I want to preserve them.
Not against them. You want to preserve them. You want to put them in a zoo somewhere, don't you? So we can go and look at them, pay money. Oh, among their own kind. But isn't that having their own lifestyle? Didn't Tony Abbott say we're going to fund lifestyle choices anymore? Oh, the unlimited flow of money. This unlimited flow of money. But is that like an unlimited flow, like that flows into the Defense Department? Is that like billions and billions and billions of dollars? Or is that like the 80 billion? Is that like the 80 billion that's just going to be gifted away to businesses? Is that like that kind of flow that we're talking about? Or are we talking about a measly couple of mil?
Still waiting for the question.
So am I. I'm still waiting too for some decency from you, buddy.
3.14159265355897933346333279502288419716939375994592307894459230789164592307816459230781645 It's a simple question. You just can't, instead of answering, you abuse me with all this toxic crap.
That's first 100.
You know,
8148651228833647093447.
Why? You know why, though, don't you? You know why you're copping it. You know why I'm not playing your game? Because I'm smarter than you. I know how to ring your chimes.
Really? Now who's the one with the superiority complex?
Well, I must be, because I'm able to hold the conversation down and actually discuss things logically.
You're able to hold the conversation down. I'm the one trying to hold a conversation. You're the one running off every second. Start the day.
I've said a lot of different things. I've covered a lot of territory here. You could have commented on any of them that you chose to, but instead you just kept on going back to the same shit. And now you have the audacity to say that you were the one trying to keep a conversation going. You're so full of shit, mate. I mean, this I don't know. Look, was it in kindergarten the last time this fucking act worked? Hey?
Once we resolve this one point,
was that the last time it worked? Because honestly, you must have been a failure at it every other time. Huh? Or did you go to a special school, you know, one of these schools where the private school, where everyone's a bit special and they're fucking stupid? Did you go to one of those schools to get away with this kind of act?
Any other point you want after we resolve?
Did they put someone like you up on the stage and say, this guy's a good debater, and everybody applauded and they gave you a little medal?
That's that later. Now, we need to resolve one point. We cannot move past this point. Otherwise, you will just repeat empty, baseless lies over and over again. You're vandalizing this.
He's a vandal. I encountered a vandal. On Discord the other night. He's a fucking shocking vandal. He was a socialist. You should have heard him. He actually stuck up for people and wanted to cross. I fucking showed him, I wouldn't fucking talk to him. I fucking run around in circles for hours. Oh dear me. Oh, you know, the good thing is, Jeremy, I'm on the right side of history, mate. You're on the wrong side of history. You're on the side of history with all the fascists and the people there right now. So I don't know how that's going to work out for you, buddy. But I guess it'll be okay. Because, you know, you were the founder of Anonymous. Gee. And you reckon Assange is a fucking hack of shit?
Assange is a black hat. He's trying to be, he's always tried to be a red hat. He jumps on boards he doesn't believe in. Coaches are not pure. But nonetheless, I hope
What, you can't talk. What do you mean his motives aren't pure? Listen to yourself, mate.
Sorry?
Listen to you. How can you be fucking picking on Assange when you're fucking fighting for the white race?
I'm not picking on Assange.
I'm going to drag you back to fucking the Christian Bible, mate. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. So, yeah, that's Old Testament. That's right. That's right. Christians don't believe in the Old Testament unless they want to cherry pick the bits they want. I keep forgetting that.
Justified to cast the first stone.
Oh, because you're without sin, are you? Sounds to me like you've probably been a bit sinful towards people of different colours in your time, buddy.
I'm trying to preserve people of all colours. You aren't.
Oh yeah, well, in a little box somewhere, except for the whites, they get to go everywhere, right? You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to. We know the fascist ideology. We know how it works. I'm just wondering if you're going to be white enough, Jeremy?
Stop jumping from one lie and accusation to another and answer the damn question. If I'm wrong and I'm a liar about what people build in Australia, they provide an argument and provide evidence.
I'll tell you one thing, Jeremy, and this is the fact. The socialists are not going to let these fascists come for us again next time without a fucking fight. And Antifa proves that. It's going to be fucking full-out warfare. It ain't going to turn into fucking Nazi Germany again, buddy. Just to let you know that.
Waiting for an answer to this simple. Not interested in all this toxic stuff and keep pumping out. We can go to another point when you're ready. If you're going to accuse me of being a liar and being wrong and all this sort of name.
Yeah, well, I never come in here. Like, this is one of the first times I've ever used fucking voice chat and this shitty fucking thing. And I've been sitting here for ages thinking to myself, how the fuck do I get out of here? And I think I've just worked it out. See you later.
He's gone. Okay, done.